Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, way-ho. I say boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. I say boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Price is Right. I am your host, Hunter Biden, and today we have a long-awaited episode. It's been, a couple weeks since I've recorded an episode, but I put one out last week, I think, with Eli. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Check out Eli's new album. It is very good. I've listened to it. He sent it to me a little early before we recorded our episode, but it is very good, man. He's awesome, good guy, great musician. Let's see. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that cool stuff. That would be very cool. And what else? That's it. Check out the Andrew episode. The episode I put up with Andrew Flats, my homie who does tattoos. One of my homies that does tattoos. Also a great guy, great artist. So check that out and do your best. And what's up, dude? Little spring cleaning. Obviously, I haven't been as consistent with episodes, and it's just going to be like that for a little bit. Right now, I'm turning my priorities to, like I've said before a billion times, guitar, but also some other life stuff, trying to upgrade in life a little bit. You know, I don't have anything going on that's negative or anything, but trying to level up. So I'm going to focus on that a little bit, and ultimately the podcast will benefit from that, even if it gets inconsistent for a while. You know what I mean? So kind of, that's where I'm at with that stuff, kind of. So, yeah, that's it. Dude, today is I can't read with the sunglasses on. Today's the 21st, and Tyler, the creator, released a new episode today. A surprise, Jesus Christ. I've eaten edibles, okay? I ate 5 milligrams earlier. Probably at what time did I get home from the gym? Probably around 10 or so. Ate about 5 millis. And that had probably 60 milligrams of CBD with it. So your boy got relaxed, okay? And then about, 10 minutes ago, I had a real small lunch. Had an apple, a peanut butter bar, and a miniature Coke Zero. And with that lunch, I had another little 5 milli, which had another 60 millis of CBD in it. So, I am relaxed, brother. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Do I want to put a Zen in? No, I'll throw up. Anyways, Tyler, the creator, put out a new album today. Not an episode, a fucking album. 10 songs, around 30 minutes. And it was a surprise because Tyler is pretty good about putting out albums about once every 2 years. The distance between Call Me If You Get Lost and Chromacopia was a bit more than 2 years, but the time between Chromacopia and Don't Tap the Glass, which is the title of the new album, or new episode, you know. The title of that is Don't Tap the Glass. The time between that and Chromacopia has been about, 200 and something days. Less than 300 days. And he's never done anything like that. He's put out singles and stuff. And he put out the extended edition of Call Me If You Get Lost. But surprise album, and there's 3 rules for the album, which I can't remember right now. Body movement. You got to move your body. You got to dance, bro. You got to fucking get up and dance. Leave your baggage at the door. Don't bring that bullshit in here. We're having fun. We're having a silly goose time, brother. We're having a good time. And 3, don't tap the glass. And I've been listening to it. I listened to it 3 times today. It's only 30 minutes. I listened to it once on the way to the gym and in the gym, and then once in the shower, and then after the shower, and then again after the shower. Really great, really fun. It does get you moving. I haven't listened to it on the best speakers, though. You know, with my record player, I've become kind of a speaker snob. I guess not snobby, because I still use my JBL, my Hang 3. Also, it's the name for my wiener, brother. The Hang 3. I listened to it on my JBL, and it sounds pretty good. On that, I love my JBL. JBL is great for the shower, too. But I want to hear it on my record player, because those speakers definitely sound the best of all my listening options. My car sounds pretty good. But my record player sounds the best. And that's usually how it goes if you have a halfway decent record player. So I want to hear what the album sounds like on that. I forgot to press a button on the way in.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Pharmacopoeia. And I ain't playing.
Now let me hear you say, way-ho. Now let me hear you say, way-ho.
Pussy.
Retarded.
Okay. I'm just seeing where we're at. It's been a while. It's been a while since a solo episode as well, but anyways, back to the album. It's very different. It's very like it sounds West Coast. It's as though his remix on Hey Now was an album. And, you know, that guy's not on the new album, but I kind of wish it was. Probably because he just wanted to use his original beats. Apparently, he made this album while on tour. And it's a dance album, bro. It's just a fun album. It sounds crazy. There's a lot of songs that reminds me of the energy that is Dodger Blue on GNX. There's a few songs on this new Tyler album that reminds me of that, which makes sense because it is a damn dance album, bro. You're supposed to move your body to it. That's the first fucking rule, move your body. So that makes sense. And it's awesome. I'm glad I got the vinyl. I pre-ordered that bitch. Did not get a t-shirt. So yeah, if you haven't heard it, check it out. Check out Eli's album. And let's see. I'm working on some new music myself. Also, shout out Tyler Durfee. Well, I'm not talking well. He had me jam with his band 2 weeks ago, and that was fun. And Kyle Kitstever's been inviting me to these open mics in Hickory. That's been cool. I've been doing that. But I'm trying to make some songs of my own. By some, I mean there's one I'm working on. I'm really a one song at a time type of guy. But I've been working on that, and it's been really cool. Trying to get better at sampling as well. Let's see. I've also, what day was it? Last Saturday, the 12th, I went to see Tyler again. And I saw Tyler in Charlotte, North Carolina, back in March, and it was awesome. However, with the Charlotte show, I had nosebleed tickets. My seat, I could almost touch the ceiling of this arena. I could almost touch the ceiling. I was 3 or 4 rows from touching the ceiling. 100%. That is not an exaggeration. That is the dead honest truth. And, it was great. It was a great time. I had a really good time. But I couldn't hear that well. I just couldn't. All the bass, from the rap music, all the bass just got into the corners and just kind of stayed there. So you wasn't hearing everything really. You was hearing like some muddy bass. That's how it sounded. And when I saw him in Raleigh, North Carolina last weekend, I had a VIP ticket. That was actually the first ticket I bought. I bought the VIP ticket, then I got a $50 coupon, and then I got the nosebleed ticket because I had $50 with a StubHub account, and I said, why not? Both the VIP ticket, I was much closer. I was so close that I could shoot videos of Tyler, and I didn't need to zoom in. I could zoom in. I did, but I didn't need to. And the quality looked fucking awesome, dude. But more importantly, I guess not more importantly, but for me, something I like, I could hear way better. The sound quality was significantly better. I could hear the layers of music, and he would do some songs, but he would do it with a different beat. Like I want to say either Tomorrow or Thought I Was Dead. He changed the beat up a little bit, and it was fucking awesome, dude. He played some songs off of Igor that I realized had guitar in it that I didn't necessarily realize before. And he just put on a show for 90 minutes. He was by himself on stage, didn't stop moving, was getting crunk the whole time. The energy in the crowd was unbelievable. And it was probably, honestly, for sure, the best show I've ever seen. The first one was as well. The one in March was also the best show I've ever seen. I just couldn't hear as well, and I was much farther away and couldn't see as good. And also, I'm scared of heights, and it felt like if I just jumped, I would fall all the way down to the floor of the arena and be, splattered. So in Raleigh, with the VIP ticket, I was much closer, and I didn't have that feeling until I looked up because the people up there were high as hell. The best show I've ever seen. It rained. I got rained on in line about merch. I spent way too much on merch. Way too much. But also not enough as well. So figured that out, and
Pussy.
So I also almost snuck onto the floor. I thought about it. But also I thought if I got kicked out for doing so, I would never forgive myself, and I would probably, throw a tantrum, light my car on fire in protest. So I didn't do that. But I was very jealous of the mosh pit people. The mosh pit people had the most fun. The pit it looked awesome. A guy dressed as Igor kept clearing it out, and when the beat dropped, chaos, baby. It looked super fun. Super jealous. But I had a great time. Super sad when it was over. Just fully depressed when it was over. But that went away. And it was maybe the best night, for sure, in the top 5 best nights of my life. I'd say the best night of my adult life. Because I have sometimes as a child where you're with your friends or something, like, when everybody goes to Fun Station and it just happens to be everyone's there and it's the most fun time ever. So some of those were the best. And then sometimes as teenagers where you're out skateboarding with your friends, those were some of the best nights of my whole life. Camping trips with the homies as a teenager. A lot of that stuff, I'd put in the top 5. But also this Tyler show, the 12th. is in the top 5 as well. Undoubtedly. Dude, there was a so I got in the VIP line, right? And there was a girl right in front of me, and she just also happened to go by herself. I won't say her name. I don't know if she'd like that, because I might clip this and put it on TikTok. But she also happened to go by herself. So we were in line. We started to get rained on, and I was just making jokes and kind of making friends with, not just her, but the people in front of me and behind me in line. Just making jokes, being silly. We're having a good time. Everybody's excited. It's about to be super fun. And this lady, she asked if we could stick together when we go inside, and I was like, sure. So we go inside. We both go get merch together, and then we're trying to find our section, which, by the way, we thought our seats were right beside of each other because the numbers matched up very close, but what we did not realize was that the letters didn't match up. So we're looking for our section before we go into the arena part. We're still by the food, by the concessions and the merch. We're looking for our section, and we kind of get to it, and then she wants food. I don't want food. So we go, all right, I'll go in, I'll get the seats, I'll get camp set up, you go get your food, and I'll see you in there. So that was the agreement. We do that, boom, boom, boom. And I go in, I sit down, and some time goes by, and I see her sit down way away from me. Turned out we were not sitting close together at all. And I just left it at that. I was like, oh, she's over there, whatever. I enjoyed the show. She enjoyed the show. And it was a fucking awesome time. So the concert's over, and I don't see her again. Because when everybody was ready to leave, it's just people everywhere, mayhem. I did not see this nice lady at all for the rest of the night. And I just thought, oh, well, that's it. I'll never see her again. And I hadn't asked her for her number yet because, I assumed we were sitting together, and I was going to kind of wait a little bit, So I didn't get her number, didn't see her again, and I was, kind of bummed about it. Still hype after the show, but a little bummed about it. And a few days later, I put a clip of the concert on TikTok. It was the last few minutes of Like Him, and it was literally raining giant sparklers behind Tyler as he went off and, just killed it with his performance. So I put that on TikTok. It's like a 20-second clip, and it got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of likes. More likes than any of my posts ever get. Ever. I don't ever break 100. And that post right now I think is on 1,000. So I put that on TikTok. I tag the arena, and some time goes by, and then she fucking messages me and she's like, she commented on the post first and was like, oh my God, I found your TikTok. And she fucking messaged me. So that was pretty cool. Actually, 2 people I was in line with. The people who were in line behind me, this fucking chill bro that I met. He's not really a bro. He's a really cool guy. The bro. Not a bro. He's the bro. He messaged me as well. Like, bro, I was at that show. I was with you in line. So that was really cool, dude. Because I kind of made friends with those people. And they were chill. So that was that, dude. It was an awesome show. And Tyler, the Creator, is probably the best. But anyways, dude. Oh, to change the subject, I'd also like to apologize to Coke Zero. I talked a lot of shit about Coke Zero in the past. Turns out it's the best diet soda. Sprite Zero as well. Coke products with the word zero on it are really fantastic. They almost feel like a lie. They feel like they're lying. It feels like they're lying to you. But it is delicious, and I've been drinking a mini can every day. So shout out to Coke Zero. Also, shout out to Jerry Springer, dude. Netflix, they have this series, this Trainwreck series. It's a series of documentary series. And they have one on Jerry Springer. And as a kid, I watched Jerry Springer. It was just normal because by the time I was conscious, Jerry Springer was an established thing. I wasn't alive for the beginning of Jerry Springer and the controversy around it. By the time I was able to consciously watch something like that, it was already established and society had accepted it. But I watched this documentary on the rise of Jerry Springer, how it took the culture by storm, and how some people theorize that was kind of like, and this might just be my theory, that was the beginning of the end, was Jerry Springer. That was the beginning of the end. I think that was the first time we ever put trash on TV. It paved the way for trash television. The executive producer said on camera that there's no line that he will not cross. He said verbatim that if he could execute someone on television, he would execute someone on television. So that was his mindset making the show. And Jerry was just like, yeah, I'll do the show. Because he was just trying to make a living. I think he felt bad for some stuff after. But I would be watching that show way too young. As a middle schooler. Staying home during the summer, and you wake up, you eat frozen waffles, you eat Eggos for breakfast, which is the best breakfast as a kid. Honestly, it really is, truly is. Then you go outside and you skateboard on the porch for 3.5 hours, and all you've had is waffles and Sundrop. What was the flavor of Sundrop? What's the red Sundrop? Lemon, cherry lemon? I don't know. It used to be the only thing I drink. But you go outside, you skate in the blazing heat for 3.5 hours. All you've had is Eggos and Sundrop that day. And you're fine, too. That's the fucked up part, is you're okay. You're 14 and it's totally fine. That it's totally fine to have that diet. If I did that right now, if I woke up tomorrow and I went in the freezer, got blueberry Eggos and put them in the toaster, took them out, got some maple syrup, high fructose corn syrup, everything, dude. Put those on, ate that, and washed it down with Sundrop, and then I went outside to skateboard in the blazing heat, I would for sure have a stroke. I'm not even at risk of having a stroke, but that would happen to me. I would have a stroke. And people would be annoyed at me, like, why are you outside skateboarding? At your age? I guess a lot of people my age skateboard. I just don't anymore, so it's wild to me. But anyways, 14, Eggos, Sundrop, 3.5 hours, come in, stinky, nasty, sit right on the couch, fully sweaty, sit on the couch, boom, turn on Jerry Springer. Also, by the way, no satellite TV, just the regular channels. A lot of y'all don't even know about that. A lot of y'all don't even know about that life. There's like 12 channels back then. Eventually, I think early high school or late middle school, we switched up. But back then, just the regular channels. But turn on Jerry Springer and just sit and watch it. Like, actively watch it. There's no Facebook. Actually, there was probably Facebook back then. But you didn't have an iPhone, 13 in your pocket at the time. You didn't even have an iPhone 4 at the time. Androids were the most dominant smartphones back then, and not all 14-year-olds had one. In fact, a minority of 14-year-olds had a really dope phone. I don't even think they were smartphones. I think they just had the keyboards. Point being, they didn't have Facebook on them. So you weren't nearly as distracted. So you're very attentively, actively watching Jerry Springer, the most trash television. And there's fully naked people fist fighting. And there's security, but there's barely security as well. And the crowd, dude. Dude, before people would chant World Star, people chanted Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. That was a thing that people did. But then World Star came and, YouTube and the internet changed it all up. But before that, dude, people would chant Jerry, and everybody got the reference. Never once has there ever been a person who was like, why are they chanting Jerry? Because that's the thing, too. There wasn't a million options for stuff to watch back then, so either you were repulsed by Jerry Springer or you watched every single episode. And I'll say this, the people who were repulsed by it is a minority of the people, dude. A minority of the people. There was like a few Stanford professors who did not like Jerry Springer, and Oprah that didn't like Jerry Springer. Everybody else, though, was fully in, dude. And it really, I used to think that No Child Left Behind is when our country took a turn for the worst. Because we're dumb now, dude. We're dumb as shit. And we're the biggest. We're the thickest people that's ever existed. We're the thickest group of people that's ever existed, dude. And we're just dumb as shit. And I used to think that started with No Child Left Behind. But after this Jerry Springer documentary, I realized that was it. It was Jerry Springer, and then crazy dating shows started to come out. There's a dating show that's in my mind. I can't even remember what it was called. But it was just like, it was the first competitive dating show where there'd be like the person that everyone's trying to date, and then a bus of like 5 or 6 people would come, and it'd be just like these little one-offs with each person that was on the bus doing different activities, excursions, dinner, whatever, dude. And it was a process of elimination until one of the 5 or 6 people that were on the bus is selected. I don't remember the name of that show, but I know it's a thing. And if you know it, I guess comment. But Jerry Springer was where our country took a turn for the worst, dude. I don't know what came after, Jerry Springer dating show, and then boom, 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 and then like Flavor of Love. There's a time period right there where I don't know all the details, but
Boom, boom, boom.
I know.
Now let me hear you say, way-ho!
I know there's a lot of trash TV in that time period, dude. And we're cooked, dude. We're cooked. Honestly, AI's taking over. We're just going to keep watching trash TV. And honestly, dude, they can bring Jerry Springer back, and I would be fucking with it. They can bring Jerry back. I think he's still alive, I think. Actually, he might have died. R.I.P. Also, if you haven't seen that documentary, go watch it. Also, watch the Woodstock 99 one. I'm about at 30 minutes, so I don't even want to go into that. What else did I write down? Oh, there's other cool stuff to talk about. I'll save it, actually. I'm at 30 minutes. I'm going to keep it here. Anyways, you should check out the Woodstock 99 documentary. It is wild. Maybe I'll talk about that one next episode. Do I want to keep? No, I don't want to keep going. Yeah, I do not. Thank you guys for being here. I love you so much. I'm sorry that the episodes are not as consistent anymore, and they're going to continue to not be as consistent for a little while. And I'm not really sorry. It's what I want. So it just is what it is. But like I said, I'm trying to upgrade in life in a few ways. And once I do that, the podcast will be better. So just got to make stuff happen. And that's all it is. And it's cool. And that's life, baby. So we're getting after it, dude. We're making it happen. And we're doing our best. And I want you to do your best. Make your bed, brush your teeth. Stay black, stay beautiful. Like, subscribe. And that's it. Bye.
But when it comes to the children, Wu-Tang is for the children. We teach the children. Renegade Killer. I don't know how y'all see it. Renegade Killer. I don't know how y'all see it. Renegade Killer. Renegade Killer. I don't know how y'all see it, but when it comes to the children, Wu-Tang is for the children. We teach the children. Renegade Killer Bee.
Now, if any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say, now's the fucking time! I didn't think so. 今日はこれまでにしましょう。